Now loading. Zero's Game Room.
Welcome to Zero's Game Room, where all things gaming takes place. Interviews, discussions, and the latest gaming news. So take a seat, get comfortable, adjust your headset, because it's game time. Here's your host, Zero.
We're rolling this. Woo! We're rolling with that. Welcome to ZGR. The doors to Zero's Game Room are officially open, if you couldn't tell. Brent and I are in a pretty good mood. I don't know. I know I still sound like crap.
Yeah, why are you dying? Who gave you permission?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I feel a lot better than I did last week. I'm still under this cold. Colds suck. And for whatever reason, it's been really cold in our state of California because it's never cold in California. But apparently it is. Also, yeah, fun fact, we're from California. Big whoop.
How dare you?
I know. Now they're going to hunt us down and they'll know where we are.
Well, if you die and get sick, can I change it to Oddpred's Gaming Room?
By all means. That would be what? OGR? Oddpred's Gaming Room.
Ogre? Welcome to Ogre's Gaming Room.
But before we get started with today's episode, I first want to tell everybody, feel free to follow us on Twitter at Zero's Game Room. We have a YouTube channel, Zero's Game Room. That way you can listen to the podcast there. Subscribe on Apple Podcast, here on Podbean, Google Play. Make it happen.
Jesus.
Hopefully at some point we can get on Spotify. That would be like, that's when we get nice and popular.
Yeah, but that's a lot, man. Woo.
No, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
You have no excuse.
You have no excuse not to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
But another thing, I wanted to thank a bunch of our followers that we now have on Podbean. I am sorry if I mispronounce your names.
You're all beautiful.
You're all beautiful, and we love every single one of you. We have 13 in total on there. Tejas, Tehyas. We have Zhao, VabZKQ, Fanfix, I'm going to say J Chimes or JA Chimes. I don't know. CC Williams, I am Bosilla or Bosia, Tonvik, Novpav.
There you go.
Kvids or Kevids.
Say it out loud.
The Plaid Knight 84, Saggart, and Legit Innates. Legit Innates? Legit Innate.
Very special.
That sounds like so goddamn powerful. It's like, that's legitimate.
Legit.
Anywho.
Very sophisticated people, I would like to say.
Thank you to everybody who's been following. I know a lot of these are because of Mangs. We are forever thankful for him. And of course, we'll probably have him on again when Fire Emblem Three Houses finally drops. But let's get into all the excitement that's been going on this week, which it's actually been pretty quiet.
Yeah. Like, is your body ready? No. Well,
it used to be.
Well, your body has to be ready because Reggie is leaving Nintendo for Doug Bowser.
Yes, sir. Reggie Fils-Aimé, the president of Nintendo, has decided to step down. Usually, it's funny, we hear usually when they step down, they're usually hired by another company, but with the press release that was released, Reggie states that he is doing this because he wants to spend more time with his family. So he's actually doing this for a noble cause. I get it. This guy puts in like 16 hours a week, or no, 16 hours a day for this company that he loves, so I can't blame him that, he's pretty young. He probably makes a good amount of money. He's probably, no, I'm just being honest. He's president of Nintendo of America, and he's been able to save enough to where he can retire.
Even then, he has a very interesting backstory. He's Haitian, and he's one of the first Haitians to ever control a top 500 Fortune company.
That's amazing.
And on top of that, he used to work for Pizza Hut, MTV, and VH1. So I think Nintendo made a great move with Reggie because this guy knew the culture, the 90s and the 2000s. And so for him to be the 2003, company of Nintendo for America, that's awesome. I think they made a great pick. And I'm pretty sure he didn't know that the memes that he was going to have such a good legacy, but I think he's really, really happy with his position.
Yeah, I would agree because I'm pretty sure he didn't know that what was going to be happening. My body is Reggie. And he even states it. And that's what makes Reggie great because he is the face of Nintendo, and we'll kind of get into that in a little bit. He never put himself on a high horse. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, here's what we got. Peace, I'm outie. No, Reggie was the man of the people, or at least that's what he seemed to. Not only that, I know with if you were a very, very popular YouTuber, as in you're hitting the millions, he would work with those content creators, and that to me really makes a difference. Reggie's not this guy I'm Reggie Fils-Aimé, no. And he had
peasants.
Bow before me. And some of the momentous like, I know my memories with Reggie are back when the Nintendo DS was announced, he, being up on stage, showing it off. Another one would probably have to be the Reginator when they turned him into a Terminator. And then probably the funniest one to me, at least, it was when back in 2014, wow, 2014, that's when Smash Wii U, jeez.
That's when I graduated high school, man.
Oh my God.
You're old, man.
Oh, dude, that's when I actually was able to go to those midnight launches, and like they used to have like certain things at GameStop or at certain game shops. They'd have like tournaments that night of.
Now GameStop's not even becoming a thing anymore.
Yeah, I know. But back in 2014, it was announced at E3 that you'd be able to put a Mii fighter as a character, and I love the promo they did with him. Rest in peace, Satoru Iwata. He was there, and it was both of them doing some just fighting over the top like Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Reggie, I'm gonna miss you.
Like, I think one of my favorite moments was when he was facing the Smashbox. And if you don't know who Smashbox is...
You mean Hungrybox?
Hungrybox. Well, I just say Smashbox because it's cooler, damn it. Hungrybox...
That should be your name on Smash.
Smashbox? So, for Hungrybox, damn it. So, Hungrybox, he's a really good Smash player. And even you said yourself, like, he's like a god amongst men.
Oh, yeah, especially in Melee.
Yeah. And I remember the one time where Reggie played Smashbox. Damn it, Hungrybox.
You're saying Smashbox.
Screw it, Smashbox. So he was playing with Hungrybox, and Reggie's a CEO, and he doesn't have time to really practice nor be good at the game. So he tremendously lost a lot of lives and everything. So when Hungrybox was like, "You kind of suck for being the CEO of Nintendo." And Reggie was like, well, yeah, because, I do 16 hours running a company, but you play 16 hours playing a video game.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Like, Hungrybox is great, but it's like, I might work.
Smashbox? I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, Hungrybox he is great, but it's true. Reggie's like, I might run 16 hours of a company, but you're playing my games that come out for 16 hours.
Yeah.
So who's really
the loser? Yeah,
who's really the loser in this? No, Hungrybox is not a loser. Actually, I love a lot of the Smash players. I actually watch them, and I love watching Smash tournaments. But what made it interesting is who's taking over for Reggie Fils-Aimé. But a guy by the name that Onpred had mentioned is Doug Bowser. That is no joke. This is no haha. Well, it is a huge haha, but no, his name is Doug Bowser. And Nintendo is brilliant. They know what they're doing because later on Twitter, on the Nintendo of America account, they tweeted out saying, on behalf of Doug Bowser, he was saying, thank you for the warm welcome. I appreciate it. And in the background, it was funny because you see all these like Nintendo figures and everything. And in the corner on like a shelf, you see a Mario and Luigi plush like wrapped up. They're like tied up, being held hostage. And I'm like, oh no, that is genius. But then this kind of raises a lot of big questions. Like, a lot of people are freaking out that like now Nintendo's going to change, and I don't think that's necessarily it.
I don't think Doug Bowser is the one that's going to say, well, Nintendo's changing in my direction. I don't think it's that way. I think Nintendo of Japan and the managers over there, they know how to plan products. I think this is just more of a phase for Nintendo for America, and maybe Reggie had a lot of duties, like making sure to go to different events, making sure he talked to different, YouTube creators like we talked about earlier, but he never, at least in my eyes, he never seemed like the guy to make those big, hard decisions. He was there to maybe give criticisms upon his team, maybe to, give any, secret information, like, hey, this is my 2 cents on the American market, but I just say Doug Bowser, he, even they said in the video, like, he's a really driving force, outside of Reggie, and I think they're really, really happy to see this next move in. Reggie's getting old, man, so maybe just Doug Bowser's like, hey, it's not that I don't think you're doing a good job, it's just I think maybe just new blood, and Reggie deserves to have that time away.
Of course, he deserves it with his family.
Yeah, 16 years? What, 2003?
No, I think it was like 14 or 15 years that Reggie... No, 13. I think it was 13 or 14. I forget. It kind of depends on where you cut it off.
And he worked there before, and he went to like a university, and I think the dude deserves
Reggie's worked very hard for what he's done. And like I said, I don't want people to freak out. Of course, it's sad. We're going to miss Reggie. We love Reggie. But I think, I think they even talked about Doug Bowser. He goes to certain events too. I've seen him with certain YouTubers and whatnot. So I don't think this is going to be a drastic change. This is more of an emotional change. Because we're so used to seeing a familiar face. It's like when your favorite TV show and they cast a new character, you're probably still going to watch it, but you're like, oh, yeah, man, I miss that character.
I I feel like Doug Bowser should get a lot more love. And even with his last name like Bowser, I think there's a lot of meme potential.
Oh, there's so much. I was all over Reddit, and they're like the three kings, and it was like Xbox. They had the Xbox logo. It had Sony, PlayStation, the PlayStation, and in the middle
it was Bowser. Yeah.
It was Bowser symbol, and I'm like, that's
Yes.
smart.
Like, I think I'm really excited. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
I am too, and we'll see where Nintendo goes from here. In some more upsetting news,
No.
why not?
No. I was excited in my 2019. No.
I know you were. You were. I feel like this was one of on your top 5 games of 2019.
Shush.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm so hyped, thinking it's so great." But then
So for those of you who don't know, Anthem. What you doing, Anthem?
EA, what are you doing?
That's the bigger question. What are they doing?
So, I'm not sure if you know, because I texted you early in the morning. I was like, "Dude, check the reviews out right now."
No, I didn't.
And when the media companies that are supposed to, give, air quotes like fake positive reviews, if they're giving your score a 60, you're kind
A
of
6.5 on PC World. It was like 2.5 out of 5. It's like
you messed up.
you're doing something wrong.
So, from my understanding of the situation, because I think for us, we want to make sure, like, for Resident Evil, those games I want to spend my money on. But for us, knowing that it's very repetitive already, there's not a lot of content. It's kind of like Destiny, but people are saying that Destiny has more content. Destiny is more polished than Anthem, and you're just like,
This was supposed to be great.
This was supposed to be better than Destiny.
This was supposed to be the Destiny of better Destiny.
Yeah.
The open world shooting, and on the concept art, it looked fantastic. I thought it looked great. But boy, were we wrong. And the scores are terrible. And it's like, EA, you have this other great game that's for free.
Yeah.
And now you're going to sell us a game.
That's $60.
And it's poopy.
Yeah. And then again, BioWare made Anthem, so they know how to make those games. And Apex Legends was, the creators of Titanfall 2. They know how to make those games, so it's not a matter of about experience. It's a matter of them rushing the game because EA said, "No, screw you. Let's get money. Get out of here, Andole."
And
like,
it's
come
like,
on.
why? See, here's the thing that a lot of developers need to get behind. It's like, we get it. And I think, going back to Nintendo, I think they played a bold move, but it was a smart move. Back when Metroid Prime 4 was canceled, well, not canceled, I don't want to say canceled, it's not canceled. It was scrapped what we have, and they're giving it to another development team. It is bold, but it is smart as well. EA, on the other hand, is like, no, let's just rush this out. Yes, there is going to be a little bit of backlash to a scrapped project, or when it's pushed back a little further. There's always at least a little bit. But I feel like the setback and the pull that you get from that doesn't exceed the amount of, the pullback you're going to receive from a crappy product.
Like even Breath of the Wild, that was delayed so many times, but in the very end, it got Game of the Year. It got great ratings.
It was beautiful, and I am playing through it, and I think it's a lot of fun.
You're funny, man, because you're like, how do I get past the first temple?
Stop!
I was like, it's like even a 5-year-old can do it. Come on, man. And you're like,
that's not what happened. What happened was I was thrown into the world, and they're like,
everybody else.
Yeah, stop. And they're like, go. And I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? Hey, and then I'm up next to something, and it's like a stick on the floor, and it says question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm like, it's a stick. And then you pick it up, and then Link's like, I got a stick. And I'm like, well, great. I didn't know what a stick was. And then I climbed a tree, got some apples, and I'm like, where do I go? I quit. And I quit like 3 times before.
You give the game so much criticism because you don't know where to go.
See? Okay. I have maybe been... I've been... How do I say that? No, I've been spoiled a little bit.
Yes, you have.
Because there's usually in games, especially open world games, being on the Sony side, they tell you where to goddamn go, and I didn't know where to go, so I was like, what do I do? And then I talked to the old man, and I went to the temple, and the broken temple, and nothing happened, so I was like, ah! And then I eventually ran into something that made the tower thing grow, and then I knew where I had to go, and...
It's okay, buddy. It's only been 3 years, buddy. You'll beat the game eventually.
But we'll talk about it when I beat it in about Let's see.
Next year?
We're in
2020?
February. I'm guessing by December I'll have it be.
Jeez.
But go back to the Anthem thing.
Yeah, and I feel like, Anthem never had... Well, I can never say that, EA never got criticism because they had the private beta, they had the beta, and on top of that, they had YouTubers and they have everything to say.
They had everything
Every
going
criticism
for.
to go like, hey, this is where our game's failing, the servers are crap, the mechanics are bad, cool, let's fix that. No. Let's just rush it out.
Of course, it'll make tons of money. Let's just print money. There are going to be people who buy this game, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you just had spent more time on it, just release it in the summer, okay? It would have been a better game, and it probably could have been a better Destiny. And granted, there's people who are like, it's okay, they'll just release patch updates, it'll be fine. Why?
No,
why do you keep doing that? Why? I hate that, and that's like my biggest criticism when it comes to DLC. When it comes to DLC, let it be a complete new story, not additional gameplay that probably should have been in the game in the first place. Why do I need all these goddamn patches to play a game that should have been functional from the start? Ukulele, I'm looking at you!
Like, even on top of that, you're so angry. Even on top of that, when you buy the game, like, the first, week or month, that's where you're going to have the highest player base. Not when it's, 3 months down the line, oh, okay, now our game's playable. Like, man.
Not only that, now people are going to be, like, weary to buy it. And here's the thing, this was happening to Destiny. Like, the week it came out, it was like $60. Within a month, it was like $20 because nobody was buying this game and sellers were trying to just get rid of it. So it kind of makes you think. It's like, EA, we know you can make great games. You made stupid. Apex Legends. I haven't played it yet. I've watched some gameplay. Stop. I know. It's like, but see, I'm a bad boy.
You're a bad boy.
I'm a bad influence.
Yes, you are.
Well, like,
it's okay.
Like
I'll let you be on the Onpred gaming room.
Oh, you're gonna start your own gaming room? Is this what we're doing here?
No, I'm just kidding.
But like when it comes to me playing games, like usually I'm either one practicing in Smash because I'm actually trying to be decent at it.
You're pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're just saying that right now because I know as soon as the microphones come off, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I beat you that one time you suicided twice."
Yeah, and it's great.
But no, thank you. I've been trying to get better and whatnot, and of course, I still need to beat Resident Evil 2. See, here's the thing, and maybe we're getting a little off topic, but this is the last part of the show. Being in Zero's Game Room, we have to keep up with a lot. With our daily lives, with what's going on in the gaming world.
I don't have a life.
And we actually have to play those games. That being said, right now, at least it's a little bit of an easy time because not too many things are happening. Of course, Mario Maker's coming, and that's probably going to take up all my time when it finally comes out. And I'll probably end up making YouTube about it, and we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But that's kind of the wrap up of the show. Mm-hmm. Reggie, we're going to miss you. Anthem.
I don't miss you.
Anything else you want to add?
So when are we going to do the Smash tournament, dude? When are we going to go nationals, dude?
Yeah,
I want to face Smash Hungrybox.
Oh, you remembered his name this time?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Predbox?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
See, I don't even know what name to go with because everybody calls me Zero, but we already have a pro player named Zero, so now it's like, well, now I'm screwed.
It's all fine.
It's fine. It's because he capitalizes his R. I don't.
Oh, snap. You can make the number 0 on the O.
Oh,
see,
look at you. Look at you thinking outside of the box.
Well, I'm kind of hungry. No, really. Yeah.
For Hungry Box? Okay.
Well, no.
All right, let's get out of here. If you enjoyed this episode of Zero's Game Room, please, rate us on iTunes. Rate us wherever you can. Comment on Podbean. Podbean has an app. You can comment the podcast there, interact with us because I'm constantly on there and I'm also constantly on Twitter at Zero's Game Room. If you want to check out our fan page, quote unquote, we also just post stuff there, is our Facebook page, Zero's Gaming Room, and of course, subscribe to Zero's Game Room on YouTube. But until next time, this episode of Zero's Game Room is officially closed.
Bye. No, we're going to get copyrighted. Put that in.